Hello there, and welcome back to my vlog. Thank you for watching. Since I take morning walks every day, I decided why not make this video outdoors. If you remember, my last video was about my trip to my parents' house, and it was quite personal, and I hope it helped you to understand me better and to understand what kind of person I am. I left home more than 12 years ago, and since then I haven't had many chances to spend more than 2-3 days with my family. So these 3 weeks were wonderful, and I enjoyed every precious moment with my parents, with my grandma. Her condition has gotten better, which makes my trip worthwhile. And I'm also happy that I managed balancing work and family responsibilities and also trying to stick to my training routine.
Good morning, that's one day of my life. I woke up at around 6 today. I overslept, but according to my Garmin watch, I had a very good sleep actually, an excellent sleep. And then I had a short walk, enjoyed the sun, prayed, cooked breakfast, had breakfast with my mom, drove my mom to the doctor, then drove her to her work. Now I'm on my way to my grandma to give injection to her, and then right away after I am just like setting off to my training session. I have cycling session today. Second, I need to turn. Yeah, after my cycling session, I'll have a class in the car. Then I'll have 30 minutes to drive to the swimming pool and to hold another 2 classes. Then right when I finish my classes, I have my swimming session. And maybe after that, I have some time to breathe. But not for long, because then I have to pick up my mom to drive her back home. And then I have one evening class. And after that, I'll have some time to breathe.
I have to say that I managed quite well. Moreover, in Ufa, I met new people who helped me in my training, who helped me to find experienced coaches. During this short time span, I learned many new things very useful in my training. I was amazed how helpful and friendly were the people in the triathlon community in Ufa. And I had very productive bike, running, and swimming sessions. I would like to start with positive things. For example, I discovered that my running technique is quite good, and I simply need to keep working, keep running, and that's basically it. There is nothing else I can do. Maybe uh, to buy a new pair of trainers for speed trainings. Mm, However, it's not necessary at the moment. And the coach showed me some useful exercises to do before the run, to do after the run, and also some set of common exercises for runners, which I will have to do once or 2 times a week, additionally to my regular trainings. Another good thing is that I managed to fight. Okay, let's not rush. I haven't yet managed to fight my fear of water. However, I can swim in open water, and I realized that I actually can have this inner conversations, which and help myself to calm down. I've just finished my first open water training. Oh, and it was quite interesting. The most difficult thing is for me now to learn to lift my head, not even head, only part of my head, in order to look where I'm swimming. Turned out I'm not very good in navigating in water, and I waste too much energy on on swimming in the wrong direction. But I loved it. It's so scary to swim in the water, river water, where it's dark water. Basically, I'm used to swim in the pool, and when you swim in the pool you can see everything, and the water is transparent, it's crystal clear. Here it is dark and greenish, brownish. I'm so afraid of water in general, and this fear permanently presents when I swim. I keep thinking, is there anything in the water? What if something swims under me? What if something touches me? What if something bites me? And I stop myself from thinking about that literally every couple minutes. And I try to focus on my breathing, and I try to focus on my strokes. I try to focus on the goal where I'm swimming, but still, it's very challenging. Not only in terms of, not only physically, it is very challenging psychologically. Here I have to explain one very important thing. After I watched Jaws when I was around 15 or 13 or 15, I was so frightened of sharks or any water creatures that I hadn't swum for around 15 years, when in 2018 my passion to surfing overcame my fear of water, basically of sharks. Um, However, still, I only went to the water with my surfboard, and I would never go just for a swim. Open water has always been my biggest phobia, and it still is. I lose control if I see a fish or any water plant touches me. So I don't feel comfortable in water unless it is a pool or a bath. No wonder that wasn't too much trouble when I swam in the pool, especially when I completed challenge in my gym and swam 2 kilometers, 2.1 kilometers in 49 minutes. I felt very confident about my swimming. So I even forgot about my fear. If you remember, I bought a wetsuit and started preparing for open water trainings. But my first open water training reminded very quickly about my fear, and that training was quite challenging for me. First of all, it turned out that uh, swimming in open water is different from swimming in the pool. The technique is similar, and at the same time, swimmers have to learn to navigate in water during swimming. For that, we need to lift the part of our head once every 6 strokes, which sounds quite easy, but it is not easy when you do it. Of course, it's all subject of training. The interesting fact is that my fear didn't show its head in the beginning. I did all trainings while we were very close to the shore. Problems started to arise when the coach asked me and other courageous beginners to swim across the river. Once I started moving away from the shore with my head down in the water, in the brown water, the fear started paralyzing me. I started suffocating, and my legs mostly were getting numb. Luckily, I managed to start this inner conversation, reminding myself about the importance of breathing and thinking about strokes quality. It really helped me to take control over the fear, since I was focused more on my swimming rather than on my fear. Since there are a lot of things to look after while swimming, there are many actions in parallel, like controlling strokes, breathing, thinking about navigation. And I think that fear just couldn't gain my attention. Having other people around also helped to feel more comfortable. So I guess taking part in swimming competition would be a bit easier for me, provided I'm not left too much behind from the main group of swimmers. Fortunately, the second swimming session went even better, and the fear didn't bother me almost at all. And the coach who observed my swimming said that my swimming technique is also good, that I swim quite confidently and calmly. I guess I can tick running and swimming as partly done and ready for my first Olympic race in August. Here, I'm coming to the most disappointing part of my training. I have to admit, I thought cycling would be the easiest, and it turned out that I was wrong. I can easily bike for 2-3 hours on a regular bike, and I feel comfortable, and I had never had any fears about riding a bike until 2 weeks ago. The thing is that racing bike is different from regular bike. First difference is its weight. It is lighter. Second, wheels, they are thinner. And the third thing is pedaling. There are special shoes cyclists wear, and they clip in when they start riding, and they have to clip out when they before they finish riding. Basically, you are clipped to the bike, and that is a very new feeling for me. I don't feel comfortable. I lose balance. I'm afraid to fall. And my first personal training session was fully devoted to learning clipping in and clipping out of Peloton pedals. So now I understand how to do that. Yet it doesn't mean I always manage to do it successfully. Ouch. Even after three, how many sessions did I have? Uh, Around four, yeah. Even after four training sessions, uh, I still haven't learned to ride well. Even worse, every session I feel that my fear is growing and my riding is getting worse. So clipping in, clipping out, making U turns, speeding up. Whew, all this is just daunting. And sincerely speaking, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready in 6 weeks to compete in a race. Riding a rented bike was also uncomfortable because I couldn't find the right size for me as I'm quite small. There are not many bikes which suit my size. So my initial plan to train using rented bikes didn't work, and I bought a bike. Now I have a bike, bike shoes, a helmet, gloves, almost everything. Sincerely speaking, I am not sure I will be ready for the race in August. There were moments when I was thinking about quitting. I even cried on my first training session, outdoor training session, because I felt so desperate. It felt like there was no possible way for me to learn clipping, unclipping, riding, turning. Mm, my area's nature and this vlog, of course, do not let me give up so easily. So I have a plan, and I'm going to continue with long training sessions, two times a week, on a bike, wearing my trainers instead of cycling shoes, or maybe in the gym. And I'm also going to spend around half an hour every day training outdoors to ride my new bike. Firstly, clipping in, starting moving, unclipping, stopping, then making U-turns, then maybe riding, if I'm lucky, riding with one, holding the wheel with one hand, learn to move hands on the wheel and changing positions, because right now I cannot do that at all. I just, hold the wheel in one position, and it freaks me out if I think that I need to move hands somewhere. So that's how I see my training process. As I said, I have 6 weeks before the 24th of August. I don't know how, but I have to learn cycling. What day it is today? It is the 11th of July. And that means I've been training for 2 months and 11 days. Summing everything up, after 2 months and 11 days of trainings, I can say that uh, this journey has become more than just a sport challenge. Triathlon training revealed many things I have tried to ignore, such as fear of water, fear of tarmac, fear of failures, fear of communication, fear of being rejected, fear of crowds, my disability to listen and follow recommendations, and my arrogance at times. So it turns out to be more than just sport. It is a school. It is a life school. Every week is different from the previous one, and I'm really curious where it is going. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon again. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.